Now, guys, I wasn't even planning to make this video because honestly, guys, I don't even have a schedule to make videos anymore because honestly, my channel and my Twitch at the moment, and I'm not ashamed to say it, is practically dead because I don't upload or stream them as much because I'm just too busy doing other things. But guys, I wasn't going to make this video because I have to make a Fortnite video today because I need to fucking address issues with that game. But before we get into that fucking juicy news, we are still going on this fucking topic about Battlefield. And guys, I've just had enough of this shit, right? This is the video, right? This was the video that I made right here. This was the video I made like not so long ago, right? This was 2 weeks ago, right? And this was just my take and my thoughts about Battlefield 6. And this was just my honest take on Battlefield 6. And I just said, it's bad. That's it. It was my opinion. And then look, you've got another video up here that's suggested first that I covered the game like 3 or 4 times. I'm not one of these YouTubers that covers the same game constantly. I mean, I'll tell a lie actually. Yes, I do because I've done it with Fortnite. But Battlefield, I don't have to because other people are doing it for me. There's another YouTuber that I watched, right? He's like, he does the same kind of thing, what I do now and then, but he does it like full time. I only do, YouTube part time, but he does YouTube part time as well. But he makes the same video over and over, like talking shit about Battlefield or COD, whatever. And that's what he does, right? Because he's just giving his honest opinion and wants to make gaming better. And I'm just trying to do the fucking same. But it's hard to do that nowadays because people out there that are just so toxic. They want games to be always fucking competitive. And then you've got twats in the comments like these fuckers here, right? The guy that says right fucking here. Where is he? Let me find this fucking comment. This guy right here saying that Battlefield 6 is fucking fantastic. Honestly, I've never fucking seen people like this. Is the people that are glazing the game, and you wonder why Battlefield 6, not just Battlefield 6, but FPS games are getting fucking worse, right? So I'm gonna have some Battlefield 6 gameplay in the background because I'm gonna have other things to talk about. But before I get the gameplay, which before you ask, guys, and I'm not gonna be ashamed to say it. Obviously, the gameplay that I'll have is the same gameplay that I used, not for that particular, for that particular video, the one I made about my thoughts on, in my opinion. The one I made, I think it was regards to the cheating thing. I can't remember what video it was. It was one of the videos I made about Battlefield 6. But I'm going to be using that old gameplay footage from the beta because I want to get this off my chest. Honestly, I sound like fucking Blame Truth at this fucking point, but at the same time, I'm not fucking going to tell you not to play Battlefield 6. If you guys are having a blast on Battlefield 6, I'm happy for you. I've said this numerous fucking times. If you guys are having a fucking blast and having fun on Battlefield 6, if that's your type of game, if you love that type of shit, having shitty small maps, and you love, because you've not played a good Call of Duty game in years and you want to play a wannabe version of it in like a Battlefield era, go ahead. That's fine. But you can't say this is a Battlefield game and you can't say this is the best Battlefield game either, because it ain't. Because Battlefield 6 is not a Battlefield game. Is basically a Call of Duty game set in a Battlefield era. I've said this many fucking times. I don't know how many times I have to tell people this, right? And this is the problem, right? And people can just say, oh, but you're just glazing Black Ops 7, oh, right? Guys, I am not. I have said this before. I will even be critical. Although I'm going to be playing Black Ops 7 this year, I'll still be critical. If Activision and Treyarch make bad decisions, which they probably will, knowing their luck, right? I will call it out. Now, this is the thing, and people know my channel well, like my friends and shit. When I basically have something to say about a video game, I will say it. And that's not lies. So if somehow Call of Duty Black Ops 7 has a shitty update that breaks something and it's fucking, really bad, then I'm going to cover it. I'll cover anything. But anyway, guys, I'm not going to waste any more time. So I just woke up to this comment, and this motherfucker, right, posted this comment like just, I think, 2 hours ago. So we basically go back and forth, right? I'm waiting for this fucking YouTube to load this shit, right? So wait till you hear this shit, guys. You're telling me that these people aren't glazing the game, right? So he goes and tells me this, right? So he says, honestly, what are you talking about, lol? Right, at my timestamp, you tell us to look at the screen, but asking if we can see the difference and how no one is playing the objective while they're all camping the objective. I'm not 100% glazing it. I don't think it has its issues. Wait, so you don't think it has its issues, really? But that proves my point, because if people are that happy with a game that has noticeable issues, you make no sense, mate, and are playing it over COD. What does that say how bad COD is? Couldn't care less if you Battlefield 6 as a Battlefield game. I care if it makes me want to play it. And if I enjoy it, you might just not be good at a Battlefield. Ooh, lol. Regarding the bloom, I usually know why I die, and it feels pretty fair to me. It might need some tweaks, but I don't think it's as bad as what people say it is. And you're possibly, purposely glozing over the whole point that Battlefield 6 skill-based matchmaking, and this is another thing I have to cover, guys, is the skill-based matchmaking, right? So he goes and says it's not the primary focus. Yes, it is, because people don't want to play. Right, mate, you can't have this both ways, right? Because you've just said in this, right? I'll wait till the end, right? He goes, it's not the primary focus. When finding matches in multiplayer, I get more bots in bot lobbies in Battlefield 6 than COD, so I can see that, see they aren't lying. I trust them, and therefore I now play Battlefield 6, so I don't feel like I need to slide, jump, bunny hop around every corner. You're complaining about small maps in Battlefield 6, but have you ever played BO6? How are you even bringing that up? Oh my goodness. Before I even cover this, right, before I tell you guys my reply to this fucker's stupid comment, honestly, bro, see if you come on this video, right? Whatever your stupid fucking YouTube name is. Let me see what his YouTube name is. Watch you Fina Do 4221. Oh my god, it sounds like a fucking bot name. Let me see his subscribers, actually. He's been on the channel for 15 fucking years, and he's not had any subscribers. Oh my god, mate, bro, that's a bot account. That has to be a bot account. There's no way. There's no way that's a real channel. And if you are a real person and you've been on the fucking channel and you've had a YouTube channel for 15 years, bro, how are you not dead? No offense. Because how do you know what FPS games should be like? How the fuck do you know what COD should be like? Or Battlefield? Right? And I need to cover this. You just said in this fucking comment, you dumbass, right? You just said right here, noticeable issues. What do you mean noticeable issues? There's been more issues with Battlefield than any game out there, right? Call of Duty has its problems, right? Yes, it does. But I'm not on about Call of Duty. I'm on about Battlefield. Battlefield 2042 was really bad when that came out in, 2021? But this is a whole different story. And Battlefield 2042 and Battlefield 6 are basically, there's nothing different compared to both games. They're literally similar. Only the difference is Battlefield 2042, as much as how that's a bad game, right? And I will admit it was a bad game. But at least it had Versailles. That's more casual. And this is the thing. You're saying right here, right? You're saying I'm bad at Battlefield, buddy. I've played more Battlefield games than what you've probably played in your fucking life, right? And then you're going to say that you get more bots in your Battlefield 6 lobbies. Is that because you use a VPN or because you use Portal? Oh wait, I forgot, you can't play bots in Portal because they fucking patched it. Because people were boosting in it to get XP, and then DICE didn't like that, so they patched it. So don't give me this shit. And then what do you go on and say? You don't have to feel like you have to slide or jump or bunny hop around. And then, was it you saying this? You say that the skill-based matchmaking is not the primary focus. Right. This is what I don't get, what you've just meant by saying that skill-based matchmaking is not the primary focus. Yes, it fucking is! Because, oh my god, do you see what I mean, guys? These are the people that are on this fucking platform that have no brain cells. They don't. You're saying you've been getting more bots in your games, right? But then you're saying that skill-based matchmaking is not the primary focus. How does that make any fucking sense? And buddy, let me tell you something, right? You're saying that this game is the best Battlefield. From what you're saying, from what I've just read from that comment, you're saying that Battlefield is technically the best fucking Battlefield 6 is basically the best Battlefield game you've ever fucking played. That is what it sounds like. That's all I'm hearing from your fucking mouth, right? Because you're glazing the game 100%. You're saying that you're not glazing the game, but you fucking are. You've got that DICE dick in your fucking mouth, and you are falling for it. And guys, and you know what? I'm going to say the exact same thing to you as what I said to Blame Truth on Twitter, and I said to multiple fucking YouTubers, and I've said to many people when they've bought games, because I've had to learn this lesson the hard way, right? You enjoy your honeymoon phase on Battlefield 6. You enjoy it, buddy. Because it ain't gonna last, right? Because I'm telling you for a fact, right? See, ever since that DICE dropped RedSec, right? And that's where my fucking comment comes into place, right? Ever since fucking RedSec, the fucking Call of Duty Warzone wannabe game mode that DICE developed apparently for 4 years, even when they were making Battlefield 6, right? The fucking AAA slop that we have, that's now going for it's going to probably drop in price for sales for Christmas, guys. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the game's like £30. Because honestly, there's little content, and half the content that they promised for season 1, they fucking scrapped. Because honestly, they're just so lazy, because they're probably going to keep one map for every fucking season. And I'm telling you for a fact as well, right? This honeymoon phase for Battlefield 6 is going to die. It's already dying. It's already dying. Not to mention, if you want persistent servers, and this is where I say it in this comment, you need to pay for it. People want better matchmaking servers because the matchmaking in Battlefield is like Call of Duty's. Like Black Ops 6, it takes forever to find a server. And then if it does find a server, now because RedSec is out, it barely finds players because nobody is playing the multiplayer side of things on Battlefield. Because there's people playing fucking Battle Royale. If you look on Twitch, there's people playing the fucking Battle Royale version of the game. If you look on the Steam charts, the player base has dropped because they've all went to this fucking Battle Royale mode. And this is the thing, I'll even show you the proof that the fucking player base has dropped, right? And I don't give a fuck what people say because it's the truth. I'm sick and tired of I have to cover these things in like the smallest detail. I have to break it down into little pieces for these little knobheads to understand to get it through their fucking skull. But anyway, let me read out my reply to this fucker, right? So I replied to him, and this was 42 minutes ago. So I say to him, right? So I basically just say to him, right? And I say, and as my point still stands, you're just a Battlefield 6 glazer, and that's fair enough. But you think Battlefield 6 is this whole best, biggest game. Please, coach me here. Or I say, coach me here. Yeah, that's what I said to him, yeah. I went, coach me here, pal. Right, so you're saying, have I criticised the maps in BO6, which is Black Ops 6? Yes, I have. But the difference is, Call of Duty is meant to have big free-lane maps, and I get that Black Ops 6 didn't really have free-lane maps, apart from Skyline. So, you know, I'm critical about that game. Yes, Black Ops 6 was shite because the maps were shit in that game. Stakeout was alright, but the rest of them were just dog shit. Fucking Scud was the most terriblest map I've ever played in a Call of Duty game. See, guys, I even give Call of Duty criticism, right? So I literally say to him, right, after that, and some small maps, Battlefield is meant to have all big, all-out warfare maps. And you're saying you know it has its issues, but do you know? Because from what I can see, like I've stated, you're just glazing it, and that's the problem. People like you that think Battlefield 6 is this awesome best FPS game. So explain how DICE/EA, right? And this is where I start cooking, guys. I say to him, had 4 years to develop this game. And just recently, they launched their shitty copy duplicate version of Warzone called RedSec that basically broke on day one of its launch, laughing my ass off, with a guy that had a full stack. And then I say, but they got screwed and scammed and got placed second, not to mention, now if you even try to find a match on multiplayer side of things, because of the skill-based matchmaking, it now takes nearly forever to find a match. Don't believe me? I can send you a video of proof, my guy. And not only that, it's a triple A slot video game. And to be honest, ever since RedSec has launched, that's all people give a shit about. Or some people have fucked off to go and play Arc Raiders, because the people that made the people that made and developed Arc Raiders, Embark Studios, are basically the people that used to make the good old Battlefield games. And I just said to him, now if you go and play Battlefield Bad Company 1 and 2, or Battlefield 4, or even Battlefield 5, or Battlefield 1, tell me which games out there of those are good out of Battlefield 6. You just don't like the truth, buddy. That's your problem. And like I said in my video, if you're having fun playing, Battlefield 6, then I'm happy for you. But saying it's technically the best game ever, as you're trying to make it sound, is just laughable. Yet you're saying I could be bad at Battlefield, buddy. I just went, but buddy, I've played many other Battlefield titles before, and I'm sorry to say, I ain't bad, because I play the objective. I don't play like my life depends on it, laughing my ass off, like how some Battlefield players are doing. Not to mention, now Portal is screwed because people were finding ways to exploit the system by getting so much XP and weapon XP by killing bots. Then afterwards, a stupid patch that DICE apparently rolled out patched that feature, and now casual players are now forced to play the original matchmaking on multiplayer or RedSec. And not to mention, if you want persistent servers, and I said this a few minutes ago, guys, you need to pay, which is just ridiculous in my opinion. Like I said, if you are having fun I'm happy for you. But like I've said over and over again, Battlefield 6 isn't any different from other Battlefield titles, apart from its terrible gameplay plus maps. Now tell me, guys, tell me when I am telling lies in that whole fucking statement that I've pointed out for this fucker to understand. And I know he's gonna come back. I know he's gonna come back on either this fucking video that's gonna be up, or he's gonna go back to the Battlefield 6 video that I commented that on, and he's gonna go back and forth with me again. And you know what? I don't care. I don't care. He can go back and he can say his statement again. He can be like, oh, but the Battlefield game is so good, you know, because I just sit in corners and get bot lobbies all the time. Because what you just said about you always have bots in your game, like, bro, where you said that, oh yeah, here we go. Here, I found it here. He goes and says, like, right here, he's been enjoying it, right? And then when finding matches in multiplayer, I get more bot lobbies. Yeah, you get more bot lobbies. And like I said, because either you're using a VPN, right? Or you're tanking your stats. Or you're just shit at the game. And that's how you're getting easy lobbies. We're gonna fucking, like, dive into this because this needs to be covered. So guys, this video might be quite long, but like I said, it shouldn't be too long because I have to make a Fortnite rant video regards to that, because yesterday was just a fucking joke, or should I say last night, if any of you guys were there. But yeah, let's get this covered and get this out of the way first. Alright guys, so sorry for that cut, but right. So the gameplay that you're seeing in the background is the gameplay that I recorded from the beta, and this was obviously my, this was my girlfriend's gameplay. So don't judge, guys, because I wasn't playing this shit, right? You know, I played a little bit of it, but now what you're gonna see from here, right? This is from her gameplay experience, right? Now this is her versing the mode. This was the mode where you're reversing the AIs and versing real players. Now this is where they should have kept this mode into the full game, but they didn't. They put something similar with bots in Portal, right? And this is the problem, and this is what's going to probably now get me so much fucking criticism, right? So why would they promise to deliver they're going to add bots, right? But they don't. Explain that. It makes no fucking sense, right? That's like saying, oh, let me get myself, we're going to promise you that we're going to, you know, give you, like, say if you order a cheeseburger, right? And say that they, like, you wanted it delivered, right? And you've ordered it. It gets delivered, you get the cheese, you get the bun, but you don't get the burger. How does that make sense? You wanted a cheeseburger, but you get the 2 buns, the cheese, and no burger. That doesn't make sense, because it's not a burger. It's just, you know, 2 buns and cheese. And that's not what you ordered, does it? And I know it's a stupid statement to fucking say, right? But, you know, I'm just being honest when I say this. And it just proves my point. That this game is just a fucking Call of Duty wannabe game. Like, look, see if they would have kept this mode in, Battlefield 6 would have done really well. And all they would have to have focused on was making bigger maps. Like this map here, right, that what she was playing on, I played this map with one of my friends. This map was alright. This map was alright, but it's still small, but it was an okay map. See, this is the thing. It would have been okay to have like 1 or 2, maybe 3 small maps, but make the rest of them big. Because the other map I played, guys, because some of you guys are going to probably say, but I bet you don't even play the beta. I did, because I played this map, right? And I'll tell you the other map I played that was good, Liberation Peak. That map was good. Apart from people camping with snipers, the map was good because it's a big fucking map. That's not the... I don't hate Battlefield 6 just because I want to hate it. I hate it because it's not a Battlefield game. It's just not. And the thing is, right, they did say that they slowed down the movement, and then coming back to that guy's comment where he said that, you know, he's happy that he's playing a game where, you know, he doesn't have to feel like he's jumping or bunny hopping around or sliding or whatever. Well, buddy, I'm sorry to tell you, but you can have that opinion, but when I played this game, when I played this fucking game, like the beta, right, I saw so many fucking twats doing bunny hops and slide cancelling, and that's how they had to nerf the movement. And I'll give DICE that. At least they did nerf the movement, and I'm happy that they did that, because honest to God, when you played this beta, you were seeing people sliding, you were seeing people camping, you were seeing people do some stupid shit. And now tell me this is not a Call of Duty game. Look at the position like she's sitting in. The fucking Omni movement from Black Ops 6. The movements. This game is so in sync with Call of Duty. It's just got Call of Duty written all over it. Not to mention she's like running around with a shotgun. But that justifies the point. This thing was one tapping in the beta. I don't know if they've nerfed it now. I think they did, but it doesn't change my point. Like, nobody goes for the objectives. And that's the problem. Like, look at the difference. Like, at one point, she's actually going for the objective, but there's obviously an enemy right there that she just killed. She jumps over to basically to try and revive that guy, but he get killed. And then she's holding off the point herself. Like, look. See? She holds off the point herself. Because look, the teammates are nowhere to be fucking seen. See what I mean? Nobody plays the fucking objective. Nobody does it. It's pointless. And this is what the problem is with FPS games. People do not play the objective. All they do is sit in camp. And I know I'm going to probably get criticism for this, right? Because like that guy was saying in the comments, you're saying that you're complaining about people camping, but they're camping on the objectives. Right, yeah. Okay, here's the thing, right? If people were camping on the objective, why is it they were all just camping on buildings and rooftops? Like, that gameplay that you saw was not my gameplay, it was someone else's, and I did say that from the fucking start. This gameplay, however, I did record, but this was my girlfriend's gameplay when she was playing Battlefield 6, because she played the beta, and after she played this, when she got to level 16, because the mode that she was playing, which is this, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like verse AI or real players, or it was Conquest, and it had like verse AI and real players. After you hit level 16, you couldn't play that mode anymore. So after she got a feel of the game, and we went into a full game with real players, right? Because I partied up with her before the game actually came out. People were just camping. And where the fuck have we seen that before, guys? Somebody tell me in the comments, please. I'll give you a few seconds. Exactly. Exactly my point. Like what you just said there. Call of Duty. We have seen this and time again. People camp in corners with shotguns. Or people camp with riot shields. Or people camp with SMGs. You know, throw grenades, whatever, smoke, whatever the fuck you name it, right? This is what people will do. And I'm sorry, guys, and I'm gonna say this one last time. I ain't covering another Battlefield video. Like, I'm not covering Battlefield 6 in another video ever again, because I've covered this game too much. I've had enough. I can't be arsed covering this piece of shit. And that's my opinion. Like I said, people have their own opinion. They're entitled to that. And like I said, if you guys are loving Battlefield 6, I'm happy for you. If you guys are enjoying fucking RedSec, I'm happy for you. But you cannot say that this game's the best Battlefield game that you have ever played in your life since Battlefield either 2042 or Battlefield whatever. Because this game is no different from other Battlefields, apart from the maps are small, and the gameplay just feels like Call of Duty. That's all this game feels like. And you know, it's a shame. It honestly is a fucking shame, because I was excited for Battlefield 6 this year. I actually genuinely was. You know, because I was on the side that, see the guys that are giving me criticism in the comments about me shitting on Battlefield? I was in the same boat. I was nearly fucking struck by all these fucking corporate shield YouTubers and all the rest of it, the people that got the game early. I was nearly in that same boat. I was close. Even one of my friends nearly got me to buying the game, right? And I was like, I'm gonna wait till I play the beta. And I'm so glad that I did, and I didn't buy the game, because now it just proves my point. They just want to milk more money out of you as possible, because people that pre-ordered the game, so say the people that pre-ordered the Phantom Edition, right? The fucking one that cost 100 quid, right, in the UK, right? And whatever how much it is in the US, right? They have took all that money, they've took all your money, guys, that you've spent on this garbage, right? And then they expect you to pay more money to have persistent servers. And where the fuck's the server browser at? That's another thing. Where's the server browser? This game doesn't have the classic Battlefield server browser. And you know how there's so many cheaters and hackers on these fucking FPS games? Back in the day, Battlefield had server browsers where people could make their own server, and there was actual real people that played Battlefield themselves that can make their own custom games and have moderators moderate their servers, and if people were caught cheating, they would get banned from the server by the admin. Why is that so difficult? Like, see how Rust has like their own fucking custom search bar for like finding servers, like when you're doing like raids and shit? Why can't Battlefield 6 have that? Why? Because DICE are too fucking lazy. Oh, but wait, hold on a minute. Let me just think about this for a second. It's not DICE. It's not DICE that are working on this game, guys. It's not the people that used to work, you know, on Battlefield, you know, Bad Company 1 and 2, and Battlefield 3, and Battlefield 4, and Battlefield 5, and Battlefield 1. Because I'm telling you guys, the people that used to work on this game are working for different studios, or basically are all working at fucking Embark Studios, the company that just recently launched, you know, fucking Arc Raiders. Now, don't get me wrong, I've only played Arc Raiders a little bit. I wouldn't say it's my type of game. Maybe I just need to get into it more, you know, and I might like it, I don't know. But for just now, I just don't have the time for extraction shooters. I think I've just played so many extraction shooters, and I've played so many FPS games that they just feel the exact fucking same. But Embark Studios with a company that actually made the finals as well, so you know, they've actually made some decent games, you know. And the people that work at Embark were the same. I swear to God, some of them are the same devs that worked on Battlefield. And you're telling me, guys, that this game is better than the games that we've had from years ago? I can't understand that. I mean, look at the difference. The teammates are not even playing the objective, even in the fucking beta, like, from what I'm seeing. Even when I was playing, people weren't playing the fucking objective. I was capturing points, and people were nowhere to be seen because they're too busy running around thinking it's Call of Duty, camping in corners, camping with snipers, you fucking name it. And not to mention, guys, they're thinking of adding wacky skins like Call of Duty has. And you're telling me this game is not a Call of Duty fucking wannabe? It's just a fucking competition between both games. And it's just pointless. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have to give credit where it's due, because obviously DICE did fucking make Activision shut it, and that's how we're getting classic skill-based matchmaking back. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to leave a like and comment on this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. And I'm not covering this game ever again, because Battlefield 6 is shit. It's just a fucking Call of Duty game set in a Battlefield era. Anyway, guys, take it easy. Enjoy your fucking rest of your week, or your whatever you're doing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys, and goodbye.